Hey guys, today I am back with another movie review for you all, still on my bedroom floor. I'm so sorry about this, but it's probably the only chance I'll get to film this weekend for you guys before I head back off to uni, so it's kind of hectic. I'm super sorry, but this video I'm talking about something that's kind of cool, kind of crazy, and it was a great experience in my life, and it is the time that I met my internet best friend. I would say internet best friend, I'd probably just say best friend, but it was my best friend that I met via the internet, so I suppose it's appropriate. And I thought this would be part of like a memory log series. Don't know what's going to happen with that, but I just thought it might be interesting if I did like a series of videos called like memory log, me sort of describing sort of fond memories, and this is one of them. Now, before you guys go, whoa, crazy, meeting someone that you don't know in the flesh on the internet, they could be a predator or something like that. I fully realise that, and it is something that everyone should be aware of. But I did know this person for like 4 or 5 years before I met them, for a long time. And we'd Skyped, we'd called each other numerous times before we actually met. So it was okay. I knew what I was doing, and it was fine. I was in no danger, don't worry. But I will advise, be careful, because the internet is a dangerous place. But nevertheless, it wasn't for me on this occasion. And she lives in America. And I'd been to America before. This was my second time visiting, and I remember we had spoken about it, we'd planned it all out. She just said, hey, wouldn't it be cool if you visited? I was like, oh my god, sure. Booked my flight in advance, and we were sort of counting down the days, and we were like, oh my god, it's finally coming, you're finally coming to visit me. And I was like, oh my god, because we had found such a connection. We were sort of, we just sort of found each other, and it was lovely. And she was there for me when I had been going through so much, and it was just thrilling to finally be able to meet her. I hate flying, by the way, so not only did I have the anticipation of meeting someone that I'd been dying to meet for like 4 or 5 years, but I also had the anxiety of going on an 8-hour plane journey on the top of my head. So when that day arrived, I was freaking out. And I had to go down to London for it. I live in the north, so it was crazy. My mum was with me for the train journey up to like the airport, and then she like departed before I got on the plane, and that was terrifying. I got on the plane by myself for the first time, and it was fine. Of course it was, but I do have severe anxiety, and severe anxiety towards flying particularly. So that was really scary, but I did it. And by the time I got off the plane, I was like shaking from that experience, but also because I knew I was going to meet my beloved, my best friend. And I was just like trying to race through customs because I was just so like eager with anticipation, and it was so slow. It was such a slow process. I had to get my bag. It was annoyingly slow. And then I walked out of the doors, and I said to her, I'll be wearing an Al Pacino shirt because Al Pacino obsessed. She knows that full well. And of course she's going to spot me with like a huge picture of like Frank Serpico, Al Pacino on my chest, tie-dye, so bright colours. So I was like, she's going to see me even though I'm tiny, so I might get lost in the crowd. But I was walking out and I saw her and her mum, and I just like ran to her. I almost sort of left my case behind me, but then I remembered, these are my belongings, I have to drag them along. And I sort of rushed to her, and we sort of hugged, and we were hugging for ages, and I was just like overwhelmed. I was sort of like, what the hell is happening? But it was such a sweet, beautiful moment, and it was just all just culminated into this like one, like, oh, finally, we finally met each other, like we're with each other in the flesh, and it was just like an incredible moment. Because it's, you know, there is that sort of barrier as well, being in different time zones and all of that kind of stuff, you know. We talked every day, but it would kind of be difficult to sort of be in sync with each other when she's 5 hours behind me, and you know, I would be sort of busy by the time she wanted to call, so we had to overcome all of that stuff. But we got there, and I was just kind of like, ah. And I was kind of like shell shocked. I was like, because not only was I just met my best friend, but I was also in a different country, um, swelteringly hot as well. I thought that I was going to faint because it was during the summertime that I left. I should have mentioned that. But yeah, I was, and I don't like heat. I am what you might call a vampire without the drinking of blood. So I hate the sun, I hate heat, I'm pale, blah blah blah. And the heat hit me when I walked through the door. So all of that excitement and anticipation, I thought I was going to faint. But I got in the car with them, and we got home, and I was just so exhausted, but so like blissfully happy. It was lovely. Relieved to be not on a plane anymore, but also relieved because we'd finally met each other, and it was just like sort of, I was brimming with happiness. Um, I wish I hadn't been so tired, because I'd literally not slept a wink the night before. Not only because I was like, this is happening, but also because our hotel, because we had to come over from London, it was kind of like a 2 day thing. We had to go down to London, sorry, it was like a 2 day thing. So our hotel was right by Heathrow Airport, and it was incredibly loud with planes flying overhead frequently throughout the night. So I didn't get, I don't think, any sleep. So I was wired throughout that day, but for a few hours after we sort of met, I was like starting to fade. But I had a really nice time, and we had some absolutely hilarious moments, and honestly, I'm really happy that she's in my life. She's still in my life, and that makes me incredibly happy. And I just sort of remember it with sort of fondness. It's still kind of surreal on occasion. I still can't believe that it actually happened. It did. And sometimes I'm like, whoa, we actually did that. I think it's an incredible achievement. I think it's testament to our friendship as well. And it was an amazing experience. Obviously, I know that there are a lot of internet friendships existing out there, and I think it's something that people should think about doing if they have the time, and you know, they have a little bit of money to sort of go over there, because I just stayed at hers. You know, it wasn't anything like truly like a big affair, but like it was enough just being with her and just having those really sort of funny experiences, talking about things that we'd been talking about over messages, and having these sort of inside jokes that we were talking about them in the flesh. And you know, we like watched the Godfather series and stuff like that, and that was really cool, because it's what a lot of our conversations centre around, that and Harry Potter. I remember her seeing me react to my favourite part of The Godfather, which is always when Michael enters the wedding for the first time in his little army outfit. And I'm not gonna lie, I fangirled as I usually do, and it was so funny. She was just laughing at me, and it was just great, to be talking about this stuff together, and to be sort of living out what we always wanted to live out together. I actually brought her like a little book that I'd made her. It was centered all around our friendship and things that we loved, and I brought that to her, and she gave me gifts. It was just really, really sweet, and it was just fun, and I still can't believe that it happened. And I really hope that it's going to happen again soon, although I think it will. Fingers crossed. 2017, plans are happening, plans could be made. Is that unlucky, by the way? I've heard that if you cross two hands, then it's unlucky, but I don't know, I'll just do one. But yeah, that's really it for the sort of meeting story itself. The legacy lives on daily, actually, and yeah, so I just thought that was something interesting to talk about, the beginning of perhaps a memory log series. But shout out to Jessica, who this is about. I love you very much, and I'll never forget our fantastic little summer meeting. It'll be something that I'll remember for the rest of my life, and it was an incredible moment. So thank you very much for that. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about in this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed it, and you know, hope it was again something that you might have found out about me that was interesting. Hopefully I can do more of these videos before returning to normal, the normal schedule of movie reviews and movie related things. So that's all for now. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and hope to see you in the next one. Bye.